So you guys saw in the injury report that Pickens is out, and so he's still working through some stuff there, soft tissue, and it's positive. It's looking good. So it's just not ready for right now. And then DT, he's questionable on the designation there. Again, he got stepped on yesterday in his foot, so we'll work him out tomorrow. Work him out during the game, and we'll see where he is at that point. So those are the two guys in terms of injury. In terms of the week, I thought the week was really good. Coming in from training camp and they're working into a game week, I thought that was excellent. In terms of guys segueing into that, preparation's been good, and it's going to be a good test for us. Obviously, new offense, new quarterback. Those things. We're looking for a clean operation, looking for good flow in and out of the huddle, looking for handling adversity when adversity does happen. How we respond to that. Really as a whole football team, not just on the offense. And you could see it from last night. There's some things that happened in the first game. We want to make sure that we're clean formationally, clean, alignment, assignment, making sure we're going through our keys, our progressions, playing with great technique, playing fast, playing physical, the basics of football. And that's what we're looking for this first time out. Of course, making the plays when you need to make the plays, and the playmakers, putting the playmakers in position to make those plays. So with that, I'll open up to questions.
Brian Poles was telling us last week, Keenan Allen, it was just a cleat issue, and then it has continued to be on the injury report. What exactly happened with his heel?
Yeah, he's not on the injury report now. I think he's done. He's done, right?
Keenan Allen?
Is he limited?
Keenan Allen.
He's questionable.
Okay.
Is that outlook?
His outlook looks great.
And for Montez as well?
Yep. Awesome.
Okay.
Looks good. Yep.
Matt, with Keenan, in that regard, do you think that foot is something that is going to have to be managed in the short term, or is
Yeah, the training staff's not saying that. It's just saying that it's something that happened and he's just healing and getting himself ready to go for the game. But that's the word I got.
What gives you the most confidence that the team's ready to take the next step last year to go?
Well, I think it's going to be a progression like it always is. You find out really what your football team is in that first, sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but the first 4 or 5 games, you find out where you're at and working from there. And I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a good spot where we are. And again, we're going to see on Sunday. It's all about the performance. We're preparing well. Our guys have great passion. And then it's individual responsibility to the football team to get yourself ready to play the right way. And that's what we're doing now in terms of the 48-hour preparation. I've been talking about that since I've been here. That's your individual responsibility to get yourself ready to go in terms of your temperature you need to play at, your mental focus that you need to play at, and then you got to do it as a unit. And so that's where we are right now.
And with the kickoff rule, obviously it's going to evolve as the year goes along. Were you surprised at all last night how many touchbacks there were?
Yeah, I think they decided to kick off a couple times, and there was a penalty, and then the ball got returned to the 29 or so, and then they started kicking it out. I believe the one team did, and I think it's based on sometimes on returner. If you're back there and you got Devin Hester, I don't know how many guys are going to kick to him. But there's a few guys like that in the league, but we'll see how it goes.
What about the calls on the offensive tackles
Yeah.
in that game? And we saw that was a topic last year. I'm sure that you've had conversations with the officials during practices, during training camp, things like that about that. So were you surprised by how often it was flagged, and what are you talking about in the building with Braxton and Darnell specifically?
Yeah, so we brought it up. This is our situations day for the team meeting. So I go through and pull off situations from preseason. The game last night, and we talk about it. We do about a 15-minute deal in there. Just it's part of the smart phase of our deal, educating the players on the rules, what's going on around the league, the tendencies and what's being emphasized. And the league sent us a tape about the whole, illegal formation. And that's what was called last night. And the tackles have to break that, the waist to the center. And if you're too far back, typically they give you a warning, but, they're starting to call that. That's going to be a point of emphasis. The other thing that's going to be a point of emphasis is the shaving of the motion with the receivers. So when they come in jet motion or regular motion, they got to make sure that they're still staying, horizontal, not going vertical towards the line of scrimmage before the ball snaps. So we talked to our guys about that. Showed them some clips on that as well, so they're informed.
When did you get the tape? You said you got a tape explaining about the illegal formation.
Yeah, I don't know, it was, they always sent it to Harry, so it was either the day before or whatever, I don't know, it was last night, I don't know what, I showed it to the guys today.
No, you said the league sent you a tape explaining the officiating.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
That came in yesterday.
Yeah, I believe so, yep. I have to ask Harry, where's Harry? Go get him, bring him in here.
And after 2 years of rebuilding, of developing a roster of the challenges you guys had, what's the feeling for you going into week one with a team that's got a lot of talent and kind of taking shape the way you guys hoped?
Just excitement, I'm excited for the guys, I'm excited about the competition together. And I'm excited about our new coaching staff coaching together in a real game. And how we make the adjustments in game and how we do in game in terms of that. Focusing on the next play and how we respond to success and to adversity during those 3 hours and 7 minutes of play, and just excitement.
And I know you talked about Shane Waldron's leadership qualities on Wednesday, but what do you feel like has helped your working relationship with him develop in the last several months?
Just communication. He's a really good communicator. I think him and I communicate well together, and just working together to find the right answers. And I think we've done that. We're just, it's a work in progress, as always is, but it's really easy to work with.
Matt, in free agency, DeAndre Swift was the first big acquisition you guys made. Why was he such a high priority for the backfield?
Yeah, just the home run threat. We wanted a home run threat in there. We wanted to have a weapon back there that can do a lot of things, not only on first down in the run game, hit a home run, or in the passing game, also do that. So we're excited about where he is, and we're excited about the whole group. The group's going to be good. It's a good group, and it's going to be fun to watch them.
Do you see kind of a shift in philosophy just from what you had the first 2 years, kind of going by committee there and also having a quarterback who added a lot to the run game to what it's going to look like now with DeAndre? Is that
Yeah, I think you have to shift a little bit philosophy-wise because you gear it towards the talent, right? You gear it towards what's there, in terms of what they can do and what they do well. So I think you're always doing that. So in terms of saying a shift in philosophy, yeah, potentially, for sure.
Building off your answer to Colleen's question, with the communication that you've established with Shane, Sunday will be the first time kind of doing that inside of a real game.
Mm-hmm.
What's the key in your mind of kind of smoothing out that rhythm as fast as possible of having that back and forth between you and a play calling?
Yeah, just staying ahead of it. When you're a head coach and you're on defense and you're calling the defense, just staying ahead of it and letting him know what the situation is and what things are and what the margins are in certain parts of the field and just staying ahead of it. Great communication.
Matt,
Last one more.
you referenced the ones versus ones work you've done in this camp, and I'm just curious, it seems to have been an emphasis, and I'm wondering, is that purposeful? Is that any more than you've done? Is there something behind that, and is there a benefit of that?
Yeah, I think there is a benefit. It's really a benefit for everybody. I think I mentioned it maybe early in this week, is that the skill sets have improved, and I think that it's really good to go against each other. In 2-minute drills, third down drills, team drills, and I think it's a benefit for everybody, and it's also a benefit for the quarterback. You see the real speeds of the NFL defense, and I think that's going to benefit him.
Did you do more this year than you've done in the past? In other words, did you increase?
Yeah, I usually start out a little bit more ones, twos to start out, but this was always full throttle ones on ones.